You know that moment when something feels wrong, but you can't quite put your finger on it? When your instinct is screaming, but your brain says you're being paranoid? That's where my story starts. I'm about to tell you something I've never talked about publicly. It's about trust, about betrayal, about realizing you were the one paying for your own heartbreak, and I'm still not sure how I let it happen. 3 years. That's how long we'd been together. 3 years of building a life, making plans, sharing those small, everyday moments you don't notice until they're gone. We lived together, we split bills, we used a joint credit card for groceries, coffee runs, random things. It worked because I actually enjoy managing finances. I know that sounds weird, but I do. I like spreadsheets. I like knowing where money goes. It made me feel in control. And everything felt fine. We had routines. She'd text if she was working late. We'd watch shows on weekends. We had inside jokes. We made plans for next year, maybe travel somewhere we always wanted to go. From the outside, we were fine. The kind of couple that seemed to have it figured out. But sometimes fine is just not paying attention. And I was busy managing everything else to look closely. At least, that's what I tell myself now.
It was a Tuesday when the first notification came through. I was at my desk when my phone buzzed. Credit card alert. Normal. I get them all the time. I barely looked at it, just glanced and kept scrolling. But something made me look again. The charge was from a restaurant we had talked about. Not casually, we'd scrolled through Instagram a week earlier. I saw it and said, "Hey, we should try this place." She agreed. We were excited. And now there was a charge for dinner for 2, on a day she said she was working late. I had 10 possible explanations. Maybe she went with a friend, a client. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe I was being paranoid. But my stomach dropped. I didn't say anything that night. I waited. I thought about it way too much. She came home around 9 p.m. I asked casually, "Hey, did you go out to eat today?" Like it was nothing. She said yes, with coworkers. "Oh, cool. Did you guys go to that restaurant we talked about?" She said no, they went somewhere else. But the charge said otherwise. I didn't push it. I let it go. Because pretending you didn't see something is easier. Telling yourself you're not paranoid feels safer. That's what a secure person does, right? Wrong. But I didn't know that yet. 3 days later, another notification. Same restaurant, similar amount, dinner for 2. This time on her day off. Now I couldn't explain it away. On her day off, the only person she usually went out with was me, and I was home. I didn't confront her because confronting made it real. As long as I didn't ask, I could pretend. So I did what I shouldn't have done. I went through the statements. I opened the full transaction history on our joint card, the one I managed, the one I paid for, and I started looking. Really looking. And there they were. Random charges across 2 months. A bar near her office on a Thursday night, a cafe 3 blocks away on a Wednesday afternoon, a restaurant I'd never heard of on a Saturday she said she was with a friend, another bar on a night she said she was staying in. I didn't count them, I didn't want to, but it was clear. This wasn't coincidence, it was a pattern. It was intent. I felt sick, physically sick, like my brain was trying to protect me from what I was about to learn. I sat with that information for 2 days. 2 days of existing between knowing and not wanting to know. I worked, cooked, watched TV, and the whole time it sat under my skin like poison. I almost convinced myself to ignore it, to avoid blowing everything up. Maybe I was wrong, maybe I was paranoid, but I knew. Deep down, I knew. On the 3rd day, I asked her. I remember it exactly. We were in the kitchen. She was making tea. I sat at the table, and I said, "Who is he?" She froze. The kettle was still going, but she didn't move. Then she turned around, and before I could say another word, she started crying. Not a small cry, full body sobs. And she told me,
Someone from work. They'd been seeing each other for a few months. She kept saying, "It just happened. I didn't mean to hurt you." All the empty lines people say when they confess to months of lying. The details blur now, but some things stayed. She said they were testing things. It wasn't serious. She didn't know how it happened. But things don't just happen. People choose. Every day she chose to lie, to sneak around, to use a credit card we shared, a card I paid for, to fund dates I didn't know about. That's the part that destroyed me. Not the cheating, not the lies, the financial part. I was looking at statements showing charges I had paid for, moments she had with someone else, all funded by me, my money, my trust. It felt like being betrayed twice, once emotionally and once financially, being made complicit in something I didn't know existed. She moved out a week later. No huge fight, no screaming, no dramatic breakup. We just ended, quietly, like a balloon deflating. We split everything cleanly, furniture, kitchen stuff, all the things from 3 years. Divided like a business, not a life. Then I did the practical things. Canceled the joint card, set up my own accounts, closed the shared email. I got a new card for myself, a Fizz card, a fresh start. But I couldn't shake the feeling that I financed my own heartbreak. I paid for the lies, literally paid. Every charge was my money. Money for us, for our life, for our plans. Instead, it funded something behind my back, something destroying us for months. That's a kind of betrayal people don't talk about. Not just cheating, but being made a fool emotionally and financially. Realizing your trust, your money, your openness were used against you. So what would I do differently? I ask myself that a lot. I'm still figuring it out. First, I wouldn't ignore the signal. That gut feeling isn't paranoia, it's instinct. When that first notification came through, I should have asked. Not accusing, just honest. "Hey, I saw this. Can you explain?" Simple, direct. Second, I wouldn't pretend to be the cool, secure person who never questions anything. There's a difference between trust and blindness. Trust doesn't mean ignoring red flags. It means addressing them. Third, I'd understand sooner that financial transparency isn't control. It's alignment. Sharing money means trust. If someone uses that to hide things, that's betrayal of the foundation. And last, I'd ask myself why I managed all the finances. Was it efficiency or control? Did visibility make me feel secure in something already unstable? Maybe. And if I'd been honest about that, I might have asked better questions. But you can't go back, only forward. What I do now is have that uncomfortable conversation immediately. Ask directly, listen, and decide. I wouldn't stay in limbo. I wouldn't ignore what I saw. I wouldn't finance the lie any longer than necessary. Because the cost of uncertainty is higher than the cost of truth. And I could have saved myself from feeling like I paid for my own heartbreak. I'm not telling this for sympathy, not to be the victim. I'm telling it because many people have been where I was, in that space between knowing and not wanting to know, when instinct screams, but you want to look secure.
You're not wrong to listen to your gut. You're not paranoid for questioning what doesn't add up. If something feels off, if numbers don't match stories, ask. Ask directly. Ask calmly. But ask. Don't do what I did. Don't pretend. Don't finance a lie. And if you're the one lying or cheating, understand the damage. Every charge, every deception, every timeline that doesn't line up, it erodes the foundation, sometimes beyond repair. 3 years. That's what I lost. That's what she lost. That's what we lost. I'm still here, still working, still moving forward. But I'm different now. More careful, a little more cynical, more aware of the cost of trust and what happens when you assume the best without evidence. Thank you for listening. It wasn't easy to tell, but it felt important. If this resonated with you, if you've been through something similar, tell me in the comments. You're not alone. I'll see you in the next one.